how he learned his lesson. Okay, he wasn't born a great leader or anything. He learned all the years.
We're not understanding each other. If we did understand, oh, of course, I understand. Yes, problem solved. But if we don't understand,
teams, you'll have people who will say, okay, there's 20 of us. The solution that we have come up with is X, and this is what we're all going to do. But you'll always find 2 or 3 people in the group who think a lot, talk a lot.
Secrétaire sectionnaire de PSN, Service de la Nation, section d'Europe, en anglais et français.
In South Africa when he came here as a 24-year-old person, and he encountered the difficulties in South Africa. So he learned his lessons in
Yeah, thank you very much. We just wanted to hear about you. How much experience you have according to the training where you get with the Congolese community?
well, I've been. I'm Australian by birth, and I've been in South Africa for 18 years now.
Yeah.
And in that time, I've been involved in teaching economics. That was my main job, but I was running a peace studies program on the side, initially at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. That was from 1999 until 2012, and then since then at Durban University of Technology. And a lot of students, especially at UKZN, were Congolese. So many master students went through there from DR Congo. So I know a lot about the recent history of DR Congo from having read these dissertations. And the other Congolese connection I have is that I'm strongly involved in a university which has recently been set up in Goma. It's called Sub-Saharan Africa University. And I know there are quite a few universities in Goma, but with ICON, the International Centre for Non-Violence, and particularly me, have given a lot of support to that university and given financial support to run conferences last year and this year. And we also brought a couple of members of staff here from the university to be here for a few months. I guess that would be some of the connections that I have. And yeah, I know lots of Congolese around Durban, partly having supervised a lot of them and just being connected in various ways.
And what do you think if, according to their conflict, to their situation, and how you see the way you just training them, they can go up and practice what they get from you? How?
Yes, I think we offer master's and doctoral degrees, and we offer it in a particular way because we say, let's go step back a little bit. Most research is finding out about a problem.
Yes.
So it might be a problem of, let's say, gender-based violence in a particular community, or armed conflict in a particular community, or something of that kind. And is exploratory. You explore, you put a tape measure around the problem, and you say, well, it's like this. There are this many people are affected. They're affected in this way. Its main causes are this and that, and that's where the research stops.
Yes.
And the assumption is, I think, that somehow exploring a problem means that it's going to be dealt with. It's going to be fixed up. And we think, no, that's not going to happen. Simply writing down something about the causes of conflict in a particular, causes of violence in a particular context isn't going to change anything. We need to take action. So what we say is, explore, yes, you have to do that, but then design an action intervention and carry it out. So a typical example might be training a group of school children in being mediators in their school, as a way of building peace. So then there would be an exploration. What is the nature of conflict and violence in the school? There's the intervention in terms of training the mediators and then supporting them over say a 6-month period, so that they can help deal with their own conflicts themselves. That is, children helping other children deal with their conflicts. And at the end of the day, there's some peace has actually been built by what's called this action research approach. So it's a bit unusual, and it's got its problems, but we're very keen on action. We don't just want people writing dissertations, putting them in the library, no one's going to read them, and it doesn't have an impact. We want there to be an impact, and we don't want to wait for 25 or 30 or 50 years, we want it soon. So that's our approach, and as I said, it's an unusual one, but we're very committed to it.
Okay. Our last question, it depends on our generation, our young, how they can get full course, the procedure from this department, because we can see it's very, very important to our future, our generation, our younger generation, then South African, how they can be there or register or support in your course. At
the moment, and things do change over time, our emphasis is on doctoral students. So that's a person who already has a strong master's degree, and we would take them to do a doctoral degree, and they'd go through that process that I mentioned, the action research. They'd do an exploration of a problem, they would design and then implement an intervention to try and improve it, and also do an evaluation at the end, saying, well, what's really happened here. So a person doing that would have to be pretty well qualified already. There are a number of universities in South Africa and elsewhere which offer master's degrees with a mixture of coursework and research. And I think that's probably the best way of getting it. So if a person from the Congolese community had a good first degree, a 4 or 5 year degree in total, they could apply to one of those universities. At present, DUT doesn't offer that. We just don't have the staff to do it. But there are certainly universities that offer it, and we may offer it in the future. That's, as I said, things change all the time, and that would give coursework training is valuable. You understand all the stuff about non-violence and conflict resolution and so on much better if you go through a process of coursework, and then you have a chance of doing some practical work in a dissertation as well. But,
how is your last word to the Congolese leader according to the conflict, the resolution of conflict?
Well, I think we can only resolve conflict if we listen to each other. And we can have all the assumptions in the world about what that person or that group thinks and why they think it and how they came to think it and so on. But the only way of really finding out is to sit down across a table and talk and listen. In particular, listening to understand. And then you've got a chance of coming together.
Oh, thank you very much.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
He learned his lesson. Okay, he wasn't born a great leader or anything. He learned all the things.
We're not understanding each other. If we did understand, oh, of course, I understand. Yes, problem solved. But if we don't understand,
You'll have people who will say, okay, there's 20 of us. The solution that we have come up with is X, and this is what we're all going to do. But you'll always find 2 or 3 people in the group who think a lot, talk a lot.
Zolana, secrétaire sectionnaire de PSN, Service de la Nation, section d'Europe, en anglais et français.
South Africa when he came here as a 24-year-old person, and he encountered the difficulties in South Africa. So he learned his lessons in South Africa.
Nous voyons déjà, vous venez de sortir de training. Quelle a été votre intention pendant ces 2 jours?
Premièrement, je dois me présenter pour certaines personnes. Je suis Thomas Zolana, secrétaire sectionnaire de PSN, Service de la Nation, section d'Europe, en anglais et français, section d'Europe. C'est un réel plaisir pour moi d'avoir assisté à ce grand cours parlant de la résolution des conflits, surtout sur la non-violence. C'est une branche des cours qui cadre avec la science politique. Vraiment, je remercie le African International Project et je remercie le parti PSN d'avoir permis que je puisse représenter le parti, moi et Comrade Severin. Donc, en réalité, ce sont des choses que nous vivons chaque jour aujourd'hui, mais nous ne savons pas comment énumérer, quels sont les voies les plus faciles à suivre pour aboutir à une solution qui est non violente. Ou si vous choisissez la violence, c'est votre choix, et si vous choisissez d'avoir une solution non violente, c'est aussi un choix. Donc, mais les conflits sont inévitables partout, dans nos foyers, dans nos maisons, dans nos communautés. Nous vivons chaque jour les conflits. Alors comment pouvons-nous avoir des solutions pour le conflit? C'est ce que nous allons passer des longues heures à étudier, à vérifier, à faire des pratiques sur ça.
Maintenant, de ce que vous venez de recevoir comme instruction, training, est-ce que vous aurez aussi l'opportunité aussi d'appliquer ce système dans votre communauté locale?
Oui, mais bien sûr. Premièrement, ce que nous avons reçu ici, nous rentrons dans notre base qui est notre parti politique, qui est notre famille, qui est là où nous vivons. Donc ça commence déjà dès aujourd'hui, dès que je rentre à la maison avec ma femme et mon enfant. Ça commence déjà la pratique, comment résoudre les conflits en appliquant les principes de la non-violence. Déjà, ça commence. En dernière partie, nous avons vu le mini-film de comment le peuple a pu détourner le pouvoir de Slobodan Milosevic, qui était l'ancien président de la Yougoslavie. Donc, ils n'ont pas utilisé la violence, mais ils ont emmené en bas le président. Donc, la dictature est tombée par ces mêmes principes que nous venons d'apprendre aujourd'hui. Donc, ce qui veut dire que dès que nous rentrons à la maison, dès que nous rentrons dans nos communautés, dès que nous rentrons dans les réunions de nos partis politiques, nous allons enseigner ce que nous venons d'apprendre ici.
Vraiment, merci beaucoup. Vous avez quel message à la communauté congolaise?
Le message sera peut-être clair et nous devons apprendre. Nous ne devons pas faire la lutte comme tous les autres. aller sans avoir des idéologies. Et je crois que le mieux serait d'apprendre avant d'affronter.
Merci.
Je vous remercie.
Je suis venez à moi avec tout vos fardeaux. Je suis venez à moi avec tous vos soucis. Je vous donnerai du repos, les repos éternels. Je vous donnerai du repos, les repos éternels. Voici l'agneau de Dieu qui ôte le péché du monde. Voici l'agneau de Dieu qui ôte le péché du monde. Son nom c'est Jésus qui ôte le péché du monde. Son nom c'est Jésus qui ôte le péché du monde. kolongola bilamba na miso na bandimi na miso na bato libanda soko oza koteya yokaka soni te atako baministre ya mokili kutu boye ezalaka te ata basango kutu bandeko na biso basango jamai omona sango alongola sutane nde na miso na bandimi ezalaka te soko oyebaki eke ntango koteya okotoka mekoki kolongola yango avant nyonso wana kaka mpo bato bamona bagrife batala valeri elamba me wana te lakisa biso nde la nio